Oh man, another year. 2025 is definitely a big year. I think I've said the same thing about many other years. 2024 a big year, 2023 a big year, 2022 big year, 2021 was a crazy ass big year. 2022. Yeah, it was a big year. 2020 was really a bit crazy. Yeah, I know it was a risk year, but we made it throughout the year. But this year is a bit different. This is 2025. I mean, 2024 was really, I think, a year for me, a year of exploring. You know, I got to try a couple of risks, took a few investments, took a couple of losses. You know, opened one or two businesses here and there. Some succeeded, some didn't. Some I didn't even manage to run them. Um, you know, so but I think that was the year for me. I think 2024 I had a really big appetite to just really just explore and go all, you know, my go all the way, you know, go all out actually to just see what other opportunities can I actually find as a trader, obviously who is looking to invest in different places. But 2025 for me, geez man, where do I start? So most importantly, this is what I want to start with this video, just make you guys understand that as I'm going into this year, I'm realizing, and this I picked up about the last 2 months of last year, that I'm realizing that, you know, regardless of whether you accept it or not, is that as the years go, as the days go, months go, we're actually growing. You know, we are growing, and that's one thing that as human beings we fail to understand, that what you may find as leisure or interesting or as a way of having fun in 2021, there's no way you might find that as a point of interest in 2025. Maybe you might still find it good for you, you might still find it entertaining, but it's not as it no longer becomes as a way of you saying, look, okay, I can't wait to do this, I can't wait to do that, you know, can't wait to probably, let's say, I mean, let me make a simple example. If I enjoyed probably going to Gold Reef City a lot in 2020, and then I decided to go to Gold Reef City now in 2025, of course, the energy that I'm going there with, or just the whole shock of like, Anaconda, it's not going to be as crazy as my reaction will be the same in 2025. So that is when you know that I'm making this example in as silly as it sounds, that's when you know that it's important that as time goes, you need to also start progressing. As time, I say, as the earth ages, so should you, you know, in a very fine way, you know, age like fine wine, not like milk. You know, age in a way that allows you to grow, age in a way that allows you to understand that to be a great person is all about evolving. You know, like I'm saying that I was in Cape Town about a couple of days ago, and a friend of mine I went to high school with, I mean I went to primary school with, his name is Vincent Chituka and Emmanuel Chituka. They play for the Sharks now, you know. And I remember in primary, these guys we didn't even have rugby in primary school, you know, but to see them in a stadium that full, I think like 60,000 people, them in the lineup, played the full game. They're playing for the Sharks right now. That goes to show that those are two individuals who actually grew along with time. They progressed along with time. They weren't stuck in the whole idea of like, you know what, me, I'm gonna play soccer because soccer was the most popular thing in primary and stuff like that. They understood that the more their life progresses, the more they're exposed to stuff, the more they experience other stuff. You can tend to like different stuff and become somebody else, or grow to become a better person as you go. So yeah, guys, as I was saying before I got that call, so I was saying that what I mainly want to share is I want people to understand that as time goes and the years come, days and the months, so is your life. You understand? So, like I said, as the earth ages, so are you. So the earth is aging fine now. So what I mean is that, like, as the years go, the earth gets better and better. Like, developments are being created, businesses are being opened, infrastructures are started. I mean, 10 years ago we didn't have ball properties, and now you go all over Pretoria, Johannesburg, Cape Town, there's ball properties all over. There's lagoons, there's places to swim. It shows that the earth is aging pretty well. And so as a human being, even though this example is really crazy, but even as a human being, you can age just as fine. You can actually grow better as time goes, you know, grow better as time goes. You can actually see yourself in a better space, not because you're trying to fight for it, because it is human nature. It's part of the world that as time goes, as time evolves, so should you. If you find yourself in the same place over and over and over and over and over again, there's something you're doing wrong. And maybe sometimes it might not be the opportunity or the space you're in. Maybe it's just you're refusing to actually progress. You're refusing to say, look, to realize that you're not a person to now be going to clubs anymore. You're not a person who can be chilling around on a Sunday with friends doing nothing. You're not a friend who can just get up to stuff that are pointless. We need to understand that the times that we partied those times were for that time. The age allowed, the time allowed, the energy allowed. But in order for you to actually, the same way you got to that phase of your life and passed to the previous stage, you've got to pass that phase as well. You've got to leave that behind and continue and experience and explore the next phase of your life where you grow better and become a better space. I mean, because I realized after that there is no way that I see more for myself, or I'm going to be able to acquire these goals for myself if I don't take the next step, if I don't go into my next phase of my life, if I don't understand that I need to take the next step, because the next phase of my life needs me more disciplined, needs me more intelligent, needs me more sharp, needs me more educated, needs me more wiser, needs me arrested actually, it needs me sober, it needs me closer to God, it needs me as a present father, a better father, let me say that. It needs me as, I wouldn't say married man. Not married man. Maybe I don't think that's their face. That one is yeah, it's probably like 2035 or something. Not 25, a decade from now. But you need to learn to understand that like life requires you to evolve as it moves. You understand? You cannot start off as a gardener and finish off as a gardener. You're not evolving. You need to understand, if you're hired as a gardener today, you better be an owner of a gardening company in a couple of years. You understand? That is the unfortunate reality of life, that the people that remain caged in the common system of the world are the ones that deliberately refuse growth without intending to. So somebody that works for the biggest business with no intention of ever owning a business of their own one day. And I'm not saying everybody must be a business owner, but everybody must have a goal to grow. For the longest time in my life, I went for a lot of years without ever actually owning a business that is making a whole lot of money, or whatever the case may be. But I was involved in business spaces and opportunities that actually allowed me to grow in different ways apart from forex. And this is the money I used from trading. So I've always used trading as my core income stream, to actually take that and I invest into different spaces. And I think this year is that this is 2025, and I feel like 2025 is for people that want to grow, people that want to be innovated, or that want to innovate, people that want to tap into different spaces, people that understand that growth is important, and that exercising your opportunities is something that you must always respect all the time, it's something you must explore. And this year is for creators, it's for believers. I think it's for for individuals that really want to tick their boxes. There's this amazing, I think it was an article I read, and it said that 82% of people, 82% of individuals that actually plan their day, their month, and their year and set their goals accordingly are the only individuals that actually achieve their goals. So 82% of people that actually set their targets and write their information down, sorry, it's my neighbor there, man. So 82% of people that actually do that with their lives are the people that actually achieve. And 82% is crazy, guys. That is almost 50% of individuals that actually set their goals, to set their mind on something. Accordingly, they actually achieve that. So that goes to show that people that actually plan to execute and grow actually do achieve something in life. And I read an amazing chapter on a book that I'm currently reading now. It's called The Richest Man in Babylon. There's a page I came across, I think it was page 22 or 17. And this guy explains the power of making a lot of money and living on less, and I read that, and I promise you, instantly I felt attacked. It's a book I've been reading over the past month or so, and I've been reading a lot of his books. And when I broke down that whole understanding, and I felt so attacked. And I said, I'm one individual that does make a lot of money, but and has different income streams, but I also live on high money. I live on a high expense. Especially when I started reading the book, and at that time, I've cut down a lot of my expenses now, because I've learned to understand that I have to make certain decisions if I really want to drag my life that far. If I really want to achieve certain things in my life, and if I really want longevity, if I want to live a happy life, a life of prosperity, a life of a life where I'm able to do what I want whenever I want, with whoever that I want, respectfully. You know what I mean? So, and when I read that, and I was like, a human being should be able to make, if you're able to make, even if you're making a lot of money, but you want to live on minimum of it, yeah, I felt attacked, but the exact line was actually, it was pretty much speaking about being able to live with off about 10th of what you make, or 10th of what you have, or what you bring home on a monthly basis. And I looked at my life and I said, yo, I know definitely I'm not living off 10% of what I make. Probably I'm living off 25 or 30%, if just not off 50%. I don't know, because my expenses, it goes crazy. Sometimes I spend like so much money, over R1 million in a month. Sometimes I spend more, sometimes I spend less. Some months I really just spend nothing, close to about 200,000. But I found myself very irresponsibly financially, and I was like, let me make certain decisions here and there. And I also found myself really pretty much rushing into certain phases of my life and skipping certain phases. And I remember as I was having a conversation with my agent, my property agent, and we're about to conclude an agreement what we had on the previous property that I was living on. And she said to me, are you sure this is the decision that you want to make? Is it something that, is this the house you actually want to purchase, and should you go ahead with the bank and place the bond? And I promise you, I almost approved that. And the house was worth about, I think the house was worth about 16 million rand. And I almost approved that. And I was looking at the home loan I'll be paying monthly, and I'm like, I'm making a lot of money, man. Paying about 100,000 a month is not gonna be bad. And somehow I just supposedly started reading this book, The Richest Man in Babylon. And I promise you, when we had this meeting on the 5th, I think it was the 5th or the 4th of December. And I didn't even have to think about it. We met up, and I was like to her, no, I think this is the perfect step to make, but not right now. I'm not in a space to actually make this decision. I'm not married. I don't live with my family. I'm just, I live with me, just my younger brother only. I'm still focusing on my goals. I'm still achieving. I've not even traveled the world. I haven't explored. So, and I've got 2 home properties that I have right now that I call home, where some of my family stays, and the other one I have, and I've got another property in Limpopo. I've got a property in Cape Town. This is what I have now, pretty fair enough, and it's more than enough for a 25-year-old. I don't need to outlive myself just because I'm making money, So just because you're making maybe 100,000 a month does not mean now you must be driving a Call 7 and stuff. You can still be catching a taxi. You can still actually be traveling with a bus to work. You can still be using the Gautrain train. So those are the things of life that we need to understand, that pretty much I'm sharing this because I just actually got educated with this information. I'm still reading the book, so maybe I'll share more about it as we go. And that specific chapter, I felt like it attacked me, man. It made me feel like I was doing a bit too much, that I was being irresponsible. And fair enough, even as the leader, man, we make these mistakes. It's not mistakes, really. I think we take these life lessons, And I'm thinking to myself right now, and I'm like, wow. So my goal, my main goal right now is actually to be able to live and survive or sustain myself with at least below 20% of what I make on a monthly basis, from all ends, all businesses, incomes, trading, everything, all creative sports that I have. Is just to live with just under 20%. I don't think I can do 10, but 10% is a bit crazy. I don't think I can do that. But 20%, I think I can do it. So that's also one of my big goals for this year. I want to live a normal life. I want to live a life that I'm fully in control of, a life that I'm able to know what I'm going to be up to in 2 months, which country I'll be traveling to in June, how much I'll probably have in my account in June, by December. How much will my business actually flip over? How much what is my financial trading plan for this year? This is everything that I'll be planning this current week. So that's why I'm sharing this video. It's the very first video for 2025 for YouTube. And I hope that the slight information I've shared on this video does kind of give you an idea on how important it is to grow, and how important it is for you to acknowledge the signs in your life, that the flashes that I keep telling you, like, listen, if you don't make this decision, this will not come. If you don't make this decision, this will not come. The funniest, the craziest, which is not this, I know it's also one of my bad trades. One of my worst trades is cars. Like, I genuinely love cars. And another worst trade is that I love clothes, and I'm generous. So 3 things. I love cars, I love clothes, and my generosity is a problem. So I'm a type of guy who, if a friend calls, like, yo, bro, okay, let's just move on the side there. Oh, I think this car's coming here. Sorry, so the car is actually coming here. So You know, so one of my other trades is definitely spending, like buying cars, clothes, and just getting up to unnecessary stuff. Like, and obviously the third one, I think I'm way too generous sometimes. I'm a type of guy, if a friend calls and they're like, yo, dog, I'm down, I need like 20K. I'm the type of guy to just say like, no problem, man, I got you. Here's 20,000, man. Next one calls. I mean, yeah, there are times in a month I could help people with over like 300,000 different people, you know. So I need to stop being that generous. I think it's also affecting me, you know. It's affecting my growth. I need to understand that just because you got it done, doesn't mean you gotta give it. But also that just comes from my character, being who I am, and who I've grown to be over the years, you know. But yeah, I think those are my 3 big challenges. Then my other challenges is probably like overspending on certain stuff, like unnecessary. I spend way too much money on my kid, my family, on myself. I won't lie. I think I spend the most money on myself. But I think that I'm happy with spending that money on myself, man. I have no problem with the amount of bag I drop on myself. But I think other people, that's the problem. So these are the kind of things I'm working on. This coming year, I'm gonna try not buy a car this year. I'm trying to buy a car. Over the past 6 years, I've bought at least about 2 cars a year. I'm trying to buy a car. I think I'm also, not that I'm losing my love for cars, but I need to understand, man, like I'm no more 20 anymore. I'm no more 19 anymore, you know? I'm no more man, I'm no more that young. I need to grow, man, and I am growing, and I've grown in very mature in different spaces, but my love for cars is crazy. But I need to challenge that, and I think I'm gonna win this year. Okay, maybe just a Lambo. Okay, maybe like a Porsche. Maybe like just one super. I don't know. Maybe like a R8. I don't know, but maybe a GTR. I don't know. But I don't want to do it though. You see how I'm speaking right now? Maybe this is how my mind is. Like sometimes I just be challenged. I'm like, okay, doc, don't do it. Just chill. Okay, maybe sell this car. You know, sell that car. Let go of that car. Maybe buy that one. And I end up buying. I don't know how many times I bought the same car over and over again. Like right now, I don't have a Golf 7. And for some reason, I feel like I want to go 7. Like I want to go 7R, and I want to work on it, make it like the fastest. I don't know. I want the TTRS. It's really crazy. So that's how my love for car mindset. So I need to challenge that. It's a serious problem. Also because it's because you're making the money, man. So why not? But that's not gonna work. That's the reason that sometimes we delay it. I mean, in my life, I don't know how many millions I've spent on buying cars, but I think I could have opened big businesses with that. I could have invested in the right places, could have grown better, could have been more successful. And this is just me being honest with myself. And when I think about it, it really just frustrates me because God, you know, God knows what big of businesses, big crazy establishments I would have if I would stop wasting money on cars. So that's also another illness I'm working on. And I also want to improve my risk management and trading. I think I'm too much of a risk trader. I risk a bit too much. So I want to limit my losses this year. I want to be more professional this year. So I'll be trading a lot with common capital prop firms as well, definitely. I'll be chopping RCG like crazy as well. So yeah, man, this is just me just trying to share with you guys where my mind is at. I'm actually about to go into my office now. Tomorrow I start well, prepare well, plan, align my stuff, do my vision board. And then from there we attack 2025 and see exactly what we can bring out of it, how much we can learn from 2025. But yeah, it's time to grow, guys. It's time for growth. It's time to understand that this life thing comes once. So try the best you can do to be happy all the time. Try to love the next person. Try to appreciate yourself. Make sure that you do every day. You do your best and you do it happy all the time. Bad things happen. Even when things are bad, just fight through it. Give it that punch and keep going. So it's very important. But yeah, guys, let's have an amazing year. And yeah, I'll be dropping a whole lot more videos. So this year I'm gonna be more creative. Also, guys, tell me if you want entertainment. I can do that as well. Kelly is thinking of continue on his channel, the Kelly Monthly channel, because I think he managed to fix a couple of issues there. So if you guys want the entertainment as well, I can come through with that. Some bit of fun here and there, but I'm coming through the education definitely. This year, guys, I've been procrastinating I've been failing, not even to be honest, I've been failing to launch my book that I've been busy with. I would say that I guess maybe I haven't been prioritizing it as much as I should. So this is 1 year, 2025. I plan to definitely drop and launch my very first book that I'll be working on. So I can't wait for that. But yeah, I expect more market breakdown, more insights. Expect more drops from me definitely in a month. I think I really want to educate this year, and that is the goal, And yeah, guys, see you guys in the next video. Let's all have an amazing year. For me, leadership, the biggest in Africa. Danko.